And we are live. Welcome to the Pit Pass podcast at New Smyrna Speedway.
Hey, you got it right this week. Good job. You've been practicing, right?
Yeah, as always, myself, Adam No CM Lowry, and the voice of New Smyrna Speedway, Ryan Metalman Stevens. And
that's right.
Joining us today,
Jason in Lester. The hot seat, if you will.
There you go.
That's me.
Jason Lester, driver of the number 7 Protruck. That's right. The Protrucks are back at New Smyrna. And best news I can give everybody, there's not a drop of rain that's going to be seen anywhere near the Speedway today, and it's going to be a heck of a night of racing.
About time. Time. I'm tired of hosting Mother Nature, I have to be honest.
Oh, my goodness. The worst guest we can possibly have is Mother Nature. And we've got the opposite of that right now with Jason here. Are you excited to get back to racing on the high banks here at New Smyrna?
Yeah, last time we were here, we were fast. We put down some solid laps. Consistency was just the key, and getting rained out kind of was a shame. I think if we would have held out for another 30 minutes, we would have been all right. But, a call's a call. We all went home, and now we're all back today. I think we're going to have a better truck count than we would have last time we were here. So,
well, hey, with a little bit of a negative comes a positive. So more trucks, the better. It should be, from what I can see already behind us, should be a competitive race for sure. There's at least 7, 8, 9 trucks down there that could win this thing.
Oh, yeah. Anybody can win this race. This is a big track. It's not a bull ring. Anything happens here. We've seen it over the years here. I've raced here once. Had a good truck going into 3. The wheel fell off. So it's just anybody can win this race. You don't have to be the fastest to win here. It's just key. Stay out of trouble. And
what is the key of winning here?
Honestly, I haven't won here. A lot of people have Danny Anderson. There's been a couple truck drivers I've talked to, and honestly, it's staying out of trouble. Any of these drivers will tell you, it's just everything happens so quick. And if you can stay out of trouble and be there on the last restart and get the lead, you're pretty much set sail, and you can win this race.
Do you think that's what it'll come down to tonight, a late race restart shaking things up?
It could. We have a lot of tough drivers here tonight. I think we won't have that many cautions, so it's going to be about saving your tires. Yesterday we practiced before the rain, and, we were wicked fast. Rain came, track changed. So, I think the key is if you can be up front for the last restart or just stay up there and save your tires, I think you can win this race. So
now, you mentioned track conditions. It's going to be hot and slick, especially when you guys go out and practice. You guys have the track first, if I'm not mistaken, and the sun's been beaten down all day, so it's going to be hot and slick. Now, when you race later tonight, it's going to be dark out. It's going to cool off a little bit. Does that change how you approach practice, or you just go right into it?
A green track is you go out there and you see what the track's doing. The problem is when you try to make adjustments and it does get cooler, you don't know what the track's going to do. If it gets dewy, the track gets loose. If it doesn't get dewy, it gets tight. So it's about hitting your marks, to be honest with you. I think tonight is going to be the key for saving tires. Track conditions, nobody knows. Like I said yesterday, we were here, we were quick. As soon as it rained, rubber was gone. We lost 2/10.
So is that something as a driver you just adjust to? You just get out there, you figure out what the conditions are going to be, and you just adjust your style a little bit?
Yeah, most of us, we go out there in like a hot lap, get a scuff session. We see what laps we can put down. If the truck's tight, we'll make an adjustment for qualifying. And honestly, it's all about the luck. If you can it's all about the driver's response back to the crew chief on what we do to the truck. So it's all in the driver's hand. Truck's tight, you loosen it up. So it's gonna be interesting because the track's different right now, and being out there yesterday and then after the rain, it was totally different, and we didn't want to chase the truck because we were chasing the track. So we didn't know if something happened to the track or not.
Yeah, before we keep walking in, get a little history on yourself, kind of where you come from, what got you into racing, and basically what led you up to here.
It's crazy. I was young. Mom didn't have enough money. I actually grew up at this track playing football right there by the back gate, watching Bobby Sears and David Rogers, one of my biggest idols, watching him in that super late model all the years growing up. And 2.5 years ago, I went to Daytona and did the Richard Petty driving experience, and I bought a Mod Mini. And then half a season there, I got 3 wins, and then I jumped the trucks. I struggled for a little bit, and then I bought this new truck, and it's just been set sail ever since, and got quite a few wins this year and looking for another one tonight.
I love it, man. So born around the track, came up around the racing. We had David Rogers in here not long ago, or not like the second episode, and really just got that hair going. You're like, I'm in.
It's crazy. Sounds like it's been a lifelong passion for you then.
Yeah, Alan Quickie was my favorite driver, and he died in 91, 92, somewhere around there. And I grew up in Orlando too. It was Friday night there, Saturday night here, and
those were the days.
Yeah, it's crazy. And hey, I don't know if I was born to do it, but I'm pretty good at it.
That always helps.
Well, the history, I think that's important because I think a lot of people look at the entertainers, the race drivers out there, and going, man, I wonder, one day, we've talked a lot about how on the show how people, yourself, wondering, man, I want to be involved in racing, and Brad Blanton last week was talking about, hey, if you want to get into it like that, and you're a shining example of that, of somebody that said, hey, I've been around it my whole life, why not be in the driver's seat?
Yeah, I just nobody in my family raced. My grandma was married to some guy that crew chiefed on a car here, and that's how we ended up here, and now I'm here. It's crazy to think that I'm here because, I'm a crazy driver anyways, but I have an history in the racing for 2.5 years, and I had a bad rep, and I'm trying to gain my way up, and it's the more my attitude calmed down, the more races I win. So
interesting.
I came.
So you say, sorry to interrupt you, but you say you have a bad reputation. Is there any stories you'd like to share there?
Too many.
Too many? We'd be here forever then.
I wonder if Danny Anderson's watching this. He could tell you a few. You have to have him on here one day.
Well, if anybody knows in the comments any of this guy's stories that we can talk about, shoot them out. Shoot them at us. Not to put you on the spot, but. So
it's gonna blow up.
If you, the trucks unfortunately haven't raced here in a while. I think it's been since the last Speed Weeks since they were here, and they don't race here that often. So I've only had a chance to see you race one time. So as far as I'm concerned, you run clean, you run good. So we'll just go with that.
All right. Well, when you say came into racing, right? Bad attitude. You drove actually worse, got better as it changed. Kind of walk me through the transition of a early rookie driver like that, and sort of what attitude you thought you had to come in with, and what you're learning now.
Well, I had anger issues. I get pissed if someone rubbed me, and I get wrecked. If it's intentionally, I flipped out. I chased Danny Anderson around Showtime Speedway, trying to beat the hell out of him, and he kept moving, and I almost got hit by a pace truck. I've done a lot of stupid stuff. Arbondale. I think every track I've raced at, I've done something stupid except DeSoto and here. So,
Wow.
But the past year and a half, I've done pretty good.
So kind of the attitude, I guess, maybe coming in of like, I don't know, kind of explain, maybe did you think you had to come in that way maybe, or versus what you've learned now and the attitude you approach the track with now?
Well, I think that if you let people bully you, Derrick will tell you, people try to run you up the track, and I don't take that crap. If you're going to hit me, I'll hit you back. We had an incident about a month and a half ago at Arbondale Speedway, and it's just it's how the game rolls. If you're going to hit me, I'm going to hit you back. If you want to drive me dirty, I'll drive you dirty. If you want to wreck, we'll wreck. I'll rebuild the truck and wreck it again. I don't care. But I don't have that mentality no more. It's different now. I got quite a few rivalries out there that I'm not liked by some drivers. I'm liked by many drivers. I'm like a Kyle Busch to this truck press.
That was going through my head, and I was going to bring that up. When Kyle first started, he had all the talent in the world, drove a little over his head, and had some run-ins. Sometimes he still does. But, I think to be a good driver, you have to have that drive and that aggression and that attitude to want to go get them and not take anybody's crap and not want to finish second. So you got to have that drive and determination. It sounds to me like you have that. So I think Kyle Busch is a good comparison there.
Yeah, I want to win. I come here to win. I don't come here to finish second. And I know stuff happens. You finish second, third. We finished top 5 all year until last week. I forgot to tighten a shock mount, and it ruined my win. So congrats to Pletcher for winning that race. He got his first win legally, but it's just, I look at it as if I'm coming to track to win, I'm coming to win. I'm not coming to finish second, third, fourth, fifth. I want to win the race.
You're not here to drive around tonight and see what happens. You're here to get in the thick of things and battle for the win.
Yeah.
So with that said, who's your biggest competition here tonight? I
think the 84 is pretty good right now. He drives in a lot deeper. I think if he keeps doing that, the right front's going to go to crap. But he's never been here. I've been here one time. Obviously, I got the race 15 laps before the wheel flew off. But I think Becca will be good. Danny, there's quite a few trucks that are here. Pugh will be good. But it's all about getting comfortable. You got to drive in the corner here. You got to have kahunas. I know we have female drivers, but they have balls.
This is the super speedway of short tracks, especially in this region. That's for sure. When you come here, you got to know you're going up against the best. You're going up against some of the toughest drivers and one of the toughest tracks out there. So, and you said it earlier, when stuff goes wrong, it happens here in a hurry. You got to be, you got to be on your toes, ready for it.
Yeah, it's not just the driver neither. You got to have your spotter. The spotter's got to know what he's doing. If you have a rookie spotter here and you can't clear somebody, you can't tell him what's going on. when you had the trucks here last time, they had a mayhem right here on the front stretch because people like to take the race 3 wide on lap
I think
one
it was.
here.
Yeah, I think it was lap 1. We had a huge pile up.
Yeah.
I think we had 15 or 16 start that race, and there was like 8 left by halfway, something like that.
Yeah, I think going for 3 wide on first lap, whether you have a built motor, beast motor, cheated up motor, I don't care. Wait till lap 30. You know, if you want to go 3, there's no reason to go 3 wide here.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
You get single file so quick here because people don't know how to run the inside or outside, so people back off. But that lap 1 before the finish line was crazy.
I got to say, it's rather refreshing to hear a competitive spirit down here at racing because I think we talked, maybe it was Patrick Thomas who was trying to talk about, that difference between, nobody's really explained it very clearly, right? This ethical racing idea, and then like Patrick Thomas, I come here to win. And so he makes a good racing move, right? Kind of causes a little issues or whatever. But to hear a racer talking about, look, I'm here to win. If you want to shake hands later and be friends, I'm okay. But on the track, we're trying to win.
Yeah, there's quite a few drivers in the Pro Truck class that if you rub them, you won't hear the end of it for a year. They'll cry, they'll bitch, they'll do whatever they want to do, and that's just the way they are. But in my eyes, rubbing's racing. If I have to move you on the last lap to win the race, I'm going to move you. If you're in my way and you want a mirror block, I'm going to move you. I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
Yep, and that's the difference between lap 1 and lap 50.
And lap 50.
Lap 1, you don't need to do it.
No.
Lap 50, hey, when the money's on the line, I'm a proponent for go out and get it, any way you can without,
Yeah,
really
lap
doing
1,
something stupid. But
you're not going to win the race on lap 1. You're not going to win the race on lap 49. And the problem is here is this: if everybody thinks they have these big motors and they're going to run away from the field. Well, when you have a restart and you waste your tires out front, you're screwed. Mm-hmm. Whether it's here, Bullring, it don't matter where you're at. You waste your tires, you're done. So we'll see tonight. I think it's going to be a good race. I don't think we'll have that many cautions. I cross my fingers because I know there's big inverts here. So even if you qualify top 5, you could start 12th, 13th. So if they do that, it'll be an interesting race to see where the fast trucks go.
Yeah,
and how they get to the front.
I think it'll likely be 6, 8, or 10. I think that's what they've been going with lately. So yeah, if you do have a fast car, you are going to have your work cut out for you. So, and like you said, that kind of puts it in, okay, I got to go. If I'm starting 10th, I know I have the fastest truck, then you go 3 wide and end your night on lap 1. Not the smartest strategy.
Yeah, because there's new drivers in this class, and when you go 3 wide and they have a rookie spotter, they don't know what to do, and they panic, and they either go right or left. And when they go right, the car on the bottom of them is going left. So either way, it's going to cause mayhem here tonight. I hope there's a lot of truck drivers listening to me right now. Just be patient on lap 1 when going to the green, and just get double file and just go.
I remember back a couple of years ago, we had a big 50 lapper here. I want to say it was 2016, I believe it was, and we had like 20 trucks start.
Yes, that's first Pro Trucks.
Yes. That event, we had a lot of trucks, a lot of new people that hadn't been here before, and it was relatively clean up until about lap 36, lap 40. Then it started, all chaos started breaking loose. So I think if we don't have a lot of cautions, if we get a late race caution, that's when I think it's all going to go out the window.
Yeah, it's going to be all about restarts. I mean, if the leader can restart, not spin tires, whoever's restarting should be able to win the race. But there's a lot of good trucks here. I mean, a lot of us save our tires. I've learned to save my tires in the past year. I used to just go balls to the walls, try to get to the front, and lap 20, I'm going backwards because the right front's gone and the right rear's blowing up. So
I can see a lot of rookies wanting to make that mistake. Like you get your adrenaline going, and then the green flag, you're like, I'm trying to get to the front.
I had my first truck race was a Coulter race over at Armadale a couple years ago, and I got up to 4th with 2 to go, and I was like Happy Gilmore, and I was like, and next thing you know, I'm 8th because I got too excited, and me and my teammate got into it, and next thing you know, you get passed by 3 trucks. So. But it was cool to finish top 10 on my first Pro Truck race with a piece of crap truck. But I've had a lot of help getting to where I'm at now. I mean, Billy's helped me. Mike Tomez is a big help. I learned a lot from him and everybody. Tommy Kelly, you'll probably see him here soon in his new Sportsman he's got. There's a lot of us that it's crazy how much I didn't know nothing coming into this, and it's now I know quite a bit, and I run up front every race now. So.
That seems kind of quick, though. I mean, for the few years, you kind of get into it. Now running up front, a competitor on the track out here already. It's exciting to watch new drivers just kind of blossom out of nowhere and start to get the notoriety, start to fill in sponsors and be somebody that people worry about on the track.
Yeah, I'll tell you, sponsors, it's, Derrick started, I think, when I'd started, and the first race at Showtime, I took the whole right side off of his truck because him and another truck got into it, and I was coming out of corner, and I literally rode the whole right side of it. You could see him driving his truck, but we both come a long way, and now we both fight up front. I think he struggled a couple races. He's struggled about 2 races lately here, but he'll be back up front running with us for sure. I know he will. So I'm very interested to see what he does tonight, though, because I know he's got a good truck. Just seems like he's a little bit scared of the walls.
Ooh, calling somebody out.
They will jump out and get you here.
Oh, they will.
That front straightaway, for those of you who don't know, it's not really all that straight.
No.
I mean, that wall's kind of got some jigs and jags to it, you know?
No, it comes out and it goes back in.
It's crazy.
It is. But sponsorships, I had no sponsorships when I started. Billy with B&E Auto helped me out, but my attitude, nobody wanted to sponsor me. So now I got all these sponsors, and it's nice because I don't have to stress no more. We go home. I don't devote all my time to my girlfriend, but I try to. But I'm always trying to get ready for the next race, and she'll tell you that she supports me 100%.
And that's what you need right there.
Yeah, and you know, I try to come here and support all the. I try to support every single track. Even a series, I try to support every series. So I think I'm one of the fewest pro truck drivers that actually travel the state of Florida and try to race every single track.
Yeah, and that's kind of what the trucks have become. That I think there's a couple tracks that still run pro trucks on a regular basis, but it's kind of a traveling series now. Do you enjoy that aspect, or you just, or would you rather just go to one track that you got comfortable with, or do you? It sounds to me like you enjoy the traveling.
I'm a travel guy. It don't mind me. I mean, I know I'm self-employed, so I can take time off and do what a lot of people can't. A lot of people have just regular jobs, so it's hard to travel when you're going up to like Five Flags and stuff like that. But I enjoy it because I like racing different tracks, and I want to get better at every track. Because when the trucks are a traveling series, and they should be, and why these tracks are running trucks every week is blowing my mind. Because you have 30 trucks in the state of Florida, and you get 19 at Armadale, you get 6 at Showtime, and you know, it's just, I think if we all get a schedule together, and now the rules are the same, the rules were different.
Yeah.
And this tire deal is just, to me, it's stupid. I think it should be Hoosiers, and that's it. But that's my opinion. A lot of people have different opinions on American racers. I think they're garbage. But if you get everybody on the same tire and you're traveling, then there should be no issue. And I think the trucks could come back. I mean, they're coming back.
They're there.
Yeah.
I've seen really good fields, and I've seen 5-6 truck fields. It doesn't mean that that's a bad race, but
that's a horrible race.
It only takes 2. We had the craziest 3-car race here a couple of years back. So I mean, you always want to see more trucks, but with the traveling thing, I'd love to get the series really built back up and make it like a 10, 12, 15 race series where, you guys are chasing points and you get 20, 25 trucks a week. I mean, that to me is thrilling. That's must-see racing.
Yeah, Arbondale and 417 have gotten a pretty good truck. Even Citrus last weekend, we had 18 trucks, which is pretty good. And you had at least 10 that could win the race. So it's like, if they can just get on schedule, a lot of these promoters, I hate to put this out there, but none of them want to work together.
Yeah.
And it really pisses us off because Danny Anderson and Jeremy Goddard, they had a pro truck series, and we tried to work with all these tracks, and nobody would work with them. So then we were stuck at 2 tracks, and then they finally just gave up.
Yeah. It seems like everybody wants everybody to come to theirs. They don't want to share, and that, everyone got some egos going on, and yeah, it kind of stinks that maybe there isn't a little more sharing. It would be nice because I think we could all help each other do better.
Yeah, I think so. I think if like Steve Dort, he does a Wheelman series for like race car engineering and stuff, and they get 30 cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like tonight, they're at Showtime. I don't know how many they have, but the last race at Citrus, they had 30 cars.
Yeah.
So if somebody came, I mean, I don't have the money to do it, but if somebody came out and wanted to do that, they could have a good truck field, 30, 35 trucks easily. So it's all about putting it together.
Yeah, what do you think? I was going to say would I guess be inviting to the trucks to try to get them all to one spot. What's one way to I don't know to get them there?
We've tried that. The problem with most tracks is payout. Nobody wants to pay, and trucks bring a lot of excitement. A lot of people, all you see on Facebook, when's the trucks racing? When's the trucks racing? But nobody wants to race. Then nobody wants to pay. They want to pay $1,000 to win, and then next thing you know, it's $500 for second. We put a lot of money. There's a lot of money in our trucks. They don't look like it, but there is. I mean, it's a metric frame, but then everything else is expensive. Period.
Now,
it's like a sportsman.
For those who aren't as technically inclined, are they similar to a Pro Late model, or are they a little under that?
They're under it. We're stock chassis. They're tube.
Okay.
We don't run the wide fives and all that stuff. We run metric spindles, metric everything. But as far as like time to a sportsman, almost similar.
Okay.
Because you can run a Camaro clip, or you can run a metric, or it doesn't matter, or you can run tube.
So if you're comparing it to another class, it's similar to a sportsman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just no quick changes. They try to do it for money wise because it was inexpensive.
Right.
But it's gotten out of hand. I mean, shocks are
As has
$1,000.
every division. It's crazy.
Yeah,
we got
it's
some
not-
bombers down there that they're $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 cars. It's ridiculous.
That's stupid. That should be a $2,000 car.
$500 bombers.
Knock the
Let's
damn
go.
seats out. Let's go. But trucks, it just depends. Maybe me being on here and saying this, I'm probably hurting some feelings, but I don't care. It's just I'm saying it how it is, and I think that's how it should go.
Hey, man,
Well, I appreciate the candidness, man. You're talking like you race.
That's
Yeah,
what
I do.
this is all about. We want to give you guys a platform to come up here, speak your mind, and
Has
have a
anybody
little bit
said
of fun.
anything yet? I'm curious.
We're going to have to check those after the show. Just so we don't want to incite any riots. No. We'll have to check it at the top. We have a few comments coming in.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a few. They'll build up during the week usually.
Oh, they will.
They'll listen once or twice, and then they'll create their fake Facebook account and then comment and troll it for a little bit. It'll be fun. Contain yourself.
I will.
I think everybody's on their way here because it's so nice out. We don't have people sitting around waiting to see what the weather's going to do today.
Yeah.
And, we have $1 beers tonight, so everybody's trying to get here and get that before I drink it all. So no, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
I'll be
Yes, I am.
curious of what they say. I don't care. Like I said, I have fans. I have no fans. It's whatever. I do my thing. I come out here. I win, and I put a show on. Everywhere I go, I put a show on.
You make it a fan out of me, man, because I like the I'm here to win. I like the I'll make friends with you afterwards. I'll hang out. I dig that approach, and I'm just a competitive person anyway. Our podcast is the best podcast out there. Period. If you want to try to make a better one, see us on the top. You say I'm that way. And I think I don't know. Maybe it's kind of missing. I think of NASCAR back in the day. You had these rivalries. You had the juniors and Gordons, right? You had this kind of rivalry. It wasn't so high. We're awesome together, and we raced. It was really
wasn't so corporate.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's getting too suit and tie.
That's why this level of racing is so fun to me. It's you get some corporate guys out there, but a lot of people, like you mentioned, you're self-employed, so you're working on your race car, but you're blue collar. You're out there supporting yourself, supporting your race car, working on your own race car. You don't have. You said you have your minions down there working on the car now, but it's not like that's all you do.
No. We have our separate life. We do things. Racing is not our life. A lot of people, they live at the track. We don't do that. We race. I try to support every race I can. She don't get mad at me. You can ask her. She supports it, and she goes, and she didn't know nothing about racing when we met, and all of a sudden she's down there helping with tires and everything. So it's a family sport. Racing is a short track racing is family. Like Kyle Busch even said it. If it wasn't for short track racing, there wouldn't be no NASCAR.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's just, this place used to be pumping every week. This place was packed every week when I was a little kid. So it's cool to be here. I want to win here, and if I do win tonight, you'll see a show on the front stretch.
All right, that's what we like to see. And for you fans out there listening, that we are going to have a truck autograph session, and I know you guys don't get a chance to see the trucks all that often, so come on out for the autograph session. You can meet Jason, meet some of the other guys. If you don't like Jason, you can pick another driver. But we're trying to bring you guys closer to the fans closer to the drivers.
No, we appreciate
really, that's
it.
what it's about.
All of us truck drivers appreciate it. We're glad to be here. I know we have 3 more races here this year, and we'll see if they put us on for win. I know they did the Winter Series last time, and it was mayhem here. But I think if we can get a schedule together, and the payout's great. All the truck drivers are happy with the payout. You matched Arbondale's payout, which is fantastic. So you should have at least, I'd say, 17, 18 trucks tonight.
That would
at
be
least.
that would be a good field, I think.
So,
I think from what I saw before we started, I don't know what's pulled in since we've been doing this, but looked like a good field of trucks, and it should be a good race with the competitive trucks that are here anyways. It'll no doubt be good, and hopefully you'll be up in the thick of things.
Yeah, we should be up there. As long as we stay out of trouble, we'll be good. It's just, you just never know with these things. It's all stock, really, chassis, so anything can happen. Bolts break. Last week, shock mount fell off. I didn't tighten it, so that's my fault.
You got a couple shout outs here. Robert Howe from WAUC Racing Country. Been talking to them. You were on their show, weren't you?
No, they're trying to get me and Donnie on there, but they're trying to tell us that they had that 5-second bleep.
Well, we're straight live here, so
yeah,
no
we're
bleeping
good.
anything. So shout out. You had a question asking if Scooby was going to be hanging around with you tonight.
Yes.
All right.
We'll be here.
Scooby will be there. Before we wrap it up, though, man, I want to give you a chance. Shout out to all your sponsors. You know,
Yes.
put them on. Give them some love. You know.
Yeah, Mark with Siesta Key Fishing Charters. He's a big sponsor for us. He just came on board about 2 months ago. He's
Love Siesta Key, man.
Yes.
I've been going to the Key since I was a little minna, and I left the beginning of that part out, right? Since I was a minna, but yeah, big shout out to that,
Yeah.
man. Love Siesta Key.
B&E Auto, Billy. We have a new realty company with Rob. They're awesome. They just came on board. I actually need to put the stickers on my trailer. I forgot. So
They'll be on before the race. Don't worry.
I don't know about that. They're still at home. So,
Well,
but
first thing tomorrow.
JC Realty,
trying to help ya.
they've came on board. They actually sponsor Pew too. So, it's been great. I mean, it used to just be B&E Auto and my company, JL Flooring, and that's it. So it's nice to have sponsors come on board. Be cool to be young and make it to NASCAR, but I'm too old now, so that will
Just
never
do
happen.
Do it for fun and for the love of
Yeah.
doing it. You know.
Hope Kyle Busch sees this. So
we'll try to. We'll tweet it out to him.
there
Yeah,
you go.
for
Tweet
sure.
it.
I know he's on Twitter all the time. So
Yeah.
But it was a pleasure, guys. I appreciate it. We're gonna
Yeah,
get down there
appreciate
and
your
get
time.
practice. So all right.
Yeah, man.
We'll
Look
let you
forward
get to it. Good
Thank
luck
you.
tonight.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
sharing, man. I appreciate
Yes, sir.
all that, man. I have to say, I love the attitude, man.
Yeah.
I'm in.
yeah.
I'm way in.
I like an aggressive driver. I don't know. It makes it a lot of fun to watch. So if you guys are on the fence about coming out tonight, thank you, Jason.
Thanks, buddy.
You know, come on out, see Jason. He's not gonna just sit and ride second. He'll get up in there and he's gonna battle. And you know, I'm gonna take a quick peek over my shoulder here.
Yeah.
And see what we got for trucks. But,
Yeah, our producer Patricia's getting our next guest set up anyway. So I turned around. I was like, "Oh, whoa! We did get some more cars all of a sudden in there."
Yes, we
It's-
did.
It jumped up.
It did. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty good night of cars with all the divisions. I see a lot of sportsmen out there. Some sportsmen I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
There's a lot. The bombers.
New
have been
bombers.
Here. Yeah, we got some more bombers. There's going to be 8 or 9, maybe 10 bombers tonight instead of 4. So if you guys are sitting there watching this and you aren't making plans to come, make them now. Come see us. It's $10 to get in tonight. Just $10. Christmas in August, we're calling it. I'll probably say Christmas in July at some point today. So
Probably.
just like
At
you
least
say
didn't
New
say
Smyrna
New-
Beach.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Yep, you knew it was coming. But yeah, I mean, $10 to get in and watch the Pro Trucks plus everything else we got going on. Plus $1 Land Sharks and $1 hot dogs. Come on. What else is there to do? You can't go to a movie for that.
No way, man. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the Pit Pass podcast at New Smyrna Speedway.
You got it. This is Derrick Pugh, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good to have you on the show. Appreciate you taking some time. We'll try to make it quick. I know you got to get down there and get to practice.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me here. It's an honor.
No, most
I
definitely,
mean,
man. You guys are the entertainers.
That's
man.
right. We just set this up and talk about stuff. So without you guys, no one would want to watch us, right?
Well, I'm not gonna say that.
Well, all right. I don't give myself enough credit.
I do. I'll give you credit, man. I mean, but it's true, man. You all the entertainers that make this possible for us all. So before we walk in, man, a little background. What got you into racing? Where you're from? That kind of thing. Just kind of tell you a little bio, man.
Well, I'm from West Palm Beach, and we actually went to go watch my friend race when I was 5 years old, and he was racing go-karts, and he didn't have really that much fun doing it, so I asked if I could get in it, and ever since then, I've started racing go-karts since that. Then I raced in the Bandoleros for about a year.
Yeah, those are those little clown cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They shouldn't have changed the name from them. I won't say politically correct what they used to call them, right? They were the dwarf cars at first, and then they had to change those. They did. This was Rusty told me. I'm right about this.
I mean, I believe it with the way the world is today. But
Yeah, that's what I heard. Sorry about. Continue, sir.
So yeah, we got in the trucks about 2 years ago, and actually 3 years ago. And the first year we struggled a little bit, and we started getting pretty good, and then we got wrecked out and bent the frame on the truck, so we had to have a year out, and it was me and my dad and Bubba helping us with the truck. So now this year we've been really more competitive, and we've been falling off a little bit the past few races, but hopefully this race be a lot better in our hands.
Yeah, I wasn't going to let Jason get away with saying he's been struggling a little bit, but I was like, oh, calling my man out. I expect to see Derrick at the front now.
Yeah, and I'm not
No
scared
pressure.
of the walls.
No, you're not scared of the wall. See, the truth comes out.
Yeah, they don't scare me, not one bit.
Well, that's what you need here, because this place is intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times the trucks you guys race on the bull rings, the 3/8 miles, quarter miles, and you come out to this big thing, and you know it's a whole different
Yeah,
animal. It really is.
It looks huge, definitely. I used to race this actually on iRacing and never thought I'd actually be here, so being here is pretty amazing.
Now, is it similar on the video game to what you actually experience out there?
Well, I didn't have an actual setup. I'd use my mouse, so I would never really even complete a lap. But it was just awesome being there, and now being here in real life, it looks very similar actually.
Yeah. They, for those who don't know, iRacing is it's like a simulator, basically video game simulator. They came out here and they laser scanned the track.
Yeah.
So it's as close as you can get with being in a video game.
Definitely.
And a lot of people, Ty Majeski, who's won the Governor's Cup here the last 3 years, he raced on iRacing, and a lot of people race on iRacing, then they get a car and come out and race here. So
exactly, yeah.
It's a stepping stone.
I know some people actually get like a ride in NASCAR from iRacing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's pretty badass. So
Yeah, I mean,
So from 5 years old, sorry, man, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just gonna say I have people around the track. Do you play iRacing? I'm like, no, I don't. I've never done it before, but it sounds like fun, and it sounds like a good way to get some experience before you actually get out there.
definitely is. I mean, they got all the setups you'd want to do to the car and all that, so it's pretty realistic.
So iRacing, if you're interested in a sponsorship of the Pit Pass podcast here at New Smyrna Speedway,
Let us know.
Yeah, reach out for you. We've given you a lot of promo now, so we need at least 25% of anything you sell from here. Oh, sorry, I have to get that in there. So starting out at 5 years old in go-karts with no fear, your friend's bored, and you go, get out of the way, right? You kind of pulled a Ricky Bobby on him,
Yes,
really. He
sir.
said, I want to go fast. And you jump right in the go-karts, man. And so what was that? That's 5 years old. I don't know how you are now, but how many years up to now has that been racing?
Well, I've been racing since 5, and I got out of the go-karts around 13, and then in the trucks about 14. I'm 17 now.
Wow.
So a pretty fair amount of time.
That's something that's cool about this Pro Truck division. There's a lot of there's some good old boys and there's some young kids out there, and in between we got Becca Monopoly's here today, so we have all the bases are covered. So it's gonna to me that just adds a lot of drama throughout the field.
It's definitely good to start young, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So when you're coming out here, right, I can almost see it in you. I can see how you it's almost surreal, right? That
Yes.
you thought about running this the first time running in New Smyrna?
No, actually, we had a race here, I think, 2 years ago, but on lap 7 we got taken out and broke
So
the steering
basically,
column.
you
so-
might as well just say, yeah, this is my
This
first
is my
race
first
again.
time, yes.
Try again.
So it's definitely a blast and very fast compared to 3/8 miles. So,
What's your approach coming into the race? What's your strategy here?
well, I mean, we got tires, and some other drivers might have a bigger motor than us, so motor might be an issue, but it's trying to set the truck up as perfect as we can. And we were running good yesterday, but then it rained and track changed, and after that our time fell off. So we're just going to see if we can pretty much work around that today.
So Jason, yeah, you're sitting in here while Jason was talking, and he mentioned you got to keep the tires on the thing for the 50 laps because
Yes.
if you burn the tires off early, like you said, you'll go backwards.
Yes.
Are you going to follow that strategy? Try to take it easy and have something left for the end?
Like you said, you can't win it on the first lap, and most people think you can, and they drive like you can. So I just pretty much let everybody work and settle things out, and towards the end, definitely start fighting my way up to the front.
So kind of run your own race until
Yeah.
the time gets there, and then
Definitely.
we got some trucks out there now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I thought that was like a sea monster or something. I'm like, what the Kraken is here or something. I'm like, oh my God, man, what did I do?
So yeah, if you can survive and you save your stuff when you get up there. Now let me ask you, if it's coming down 2-3 laps to go and Jason Lester's in front of you, will you tag him? Will you put the bumper to him, or are you gonna try to race him clean?
No doubt about it. I'm not going to wreck them, but I'm going to let them know I'm there.
That's what you got to do.
I think he's.
Definitely
I think he's
stepping
gonna
out of
wreck
the
him
way.
for talking crap on the podcast, there.
We're starting feuds up here now.
Hey, I'm not. Hey, maybe Facebook gold.
If anything, he's more scared of the wall than I am. So.
Oh, shots
Whoa.
are fired. Shots are
That's
fired.
a shot across the bow there, Jason. Oh, good Lord, I love it, man. So we got a little bit of your story, man. I think it's exciting tonight. I'm definitely gonna be watching you like crazy. I'm letting the car go by, right? Like talking, sound like I'm saying nothing. It's been really interesting learning about you, man, and look forward to watching you to win, really, man. I'm looking forward to it. Any shout outs to sponsors, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. Robin Dixie from JCPenney Realty. They're a big help to us right now. My dad's company, Marine Diesel Palm Beach, Bobby Shelton, Mike Tomez, they're all a huge help, and I would not be where I am right now without them.
That's awesome.
So
And
it is an honor to be here, for
and
sure.
we appreciate you coming, taking time out of your schedule to be here and race with us and support this truck series, because I think it's going to be one of the best shows we've had all year long.
It's going to be a good race.
Don't want to cut you short or anything, but the trucks are out there now. I want to make sure you get down there, get enough time for practice, so you're
Otherwise,
ready to
we
go
get
for
the
the
blame.
future. Yeah, we're not trying to hold you up. So,
Any
All
last
good.
any last things? Sometimes I give people a chance, something they wanted to say or forget, or maybe make sure we covered it all for you.
Pretty much covered it all. It's just this track is very fast and it's a blast to race at. So this is the place to be.
They're just going to go out there and have some fun and
Yes,
put on
sir.
a show.
Definitely here to win, but we're gonna have fun while doing it.
And that's what matters, man. Well, hey, we appreciate you taking time
Thank
to come
you.
up and chat with us.
Thank you, Derrick.
Look forward
Thank
to
you.
seeing you out on the racetrack. And again, we'll let you go so you can get
Thank
down
you,
on the
guys.
truck and get some
Appreciate
laps
it.
out there.
Thanks, it's an honor.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
it's an honor to have you, man. Without you guys doing what you do out here on the track, and girls, without doing what you do on the track, we're just a big concrete circle, so, or oval, excuse me.
So thank you guys for having us here once again, and it's an honor.
All right, man. Well,
Thank you,
have
Derrick.
fun out there. Go get some practice. And we look forward to seeing you up front. Hopefully, we'll talk to you in Victory Lane.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks, Derrick. Have a good time out there.
You too.
Yeah, man. I love the stories that start like that. They go, I was
Yep.
in a go-kart. I wanted to go fast, so I got in and I went fast. And, it's, people here 17, 18, they think, man, young kid driving. That's middle age for race driving.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, NASCAR drivers, they're racing like the quarter midget track we have in the infield here. They're doing that kind of stuff at 4 or 5 years old, maybe even younger. And it's like if you don't have that experience before you hop into late models at like 15, 16 years old, you're behind the 8 ball.
Wow.
Back in the day, NASCAR drivers wouldn't be in their prime until after their 30s. Harry Gant, I don't know if you're familiar with that name, but he didn't really get good until he was 50. Nowadays, drivers don't really make it. Occasionally, they make it to 50, but nowadays, like your prime, Christopher Bell, who's one of the up-and-coming drivers in NASCAR right now, made a comment like, hey, I don't want to spend another year in the lower series because I don't want to waste my prime not being in the top level. And it's like, the kid's like 21, 22 years old. I mean, that's crazy. So, and Derrick's one of the younger guys, and, he started early, and he's up to the Pro Trucks now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him continue to climb throughout the rankings and, maybe even make it into the ranks in NASCAR. And he even mentioned the iRacing thing. You guys owe us more money again for that shout-out. The drivers that make it to NASCAR literally can start there, get the eye of somebody, and hop into a race car. It's crazy how the opportunities are out there like never before. So for anyone saying, racing's dying, no, it's not. It's just the opportunities are so wide nowadays, and there's so many options of what you can do, where you can go, that it's like Jason Lester said, get a series together and really get everybody together in one place. That way, everybody's there instead of 5 guys here, 4 guys here, 4
Yeah.
guys there. You know what I mean?
Almost needs to pull together to to bring it back to life or give it a new face. It's going to take everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
not just our awesome show better than everybody else's. It's going to take everybody's show pulling together and drop a little science on people too. That we know that kids learn new languages at a young age when
Yeah.
you start young.
Yep.
So it makes sense that if you're driving at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all the way up, not only is your reaction time key, but as the brain and eyes and behavior movement begins to learn and develop, you learn muscle memory.
Absolutely.
And so as you're training at that young age driving, it makes a lot of sense. The male brain actually stops developing at 25.
Oh boy, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done. So after that, it would make sense that, if you haven't been conditioned, on 3 different levels driving since you're a kid, that you're not going to have the response time, you're not going to have the behavior response time, or even the eyesight response time.
Sure, and it's not like people can't learn, but it's tougher the older you get to learn. And when you start younger and you have all those years to develop, just people don't think it takes any skill to do this. And let me tell you, it does. It does. For anyone that wants to claim race car drivers are not athletes, I'm sorry, you're completely wrong. I mean, yeah, you're sitting down, but the finesse that it takes to get these cars to hit your marks and to keep that focus from, the walls will get you here. They'll get you anywhere. So it takes finesse, fitness, skill, focus, all that stuff just to even drive the car around the track, never mind be competitive. And if you can start learning those skills and honing them at an early age, you've got a leg up on the competition. If you start at 25, it's not to say you can't pick it up and be great, but the guy who starts at 5, I mean, hell, he's got 20 years on you already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you look at golf, even MMA, all these things. Younger starting, the younger they start, the better the crop comes out. And in consistency, right? So trying to hold the line for 50 laps, 100 laps, 200 laps, trying to hold that same consistent, like you said, hitting your marks over and over while you're sweating. I mean, some people can't take it driving on I-4 before they lose their mind. You know what I mean?
So imagine trying to do that in a pack of 20 trucks or late models or whatever we may have out here.
And they're allowed to hit you.
Yeah, that's the thing. There are no, we're not going to stop on the side of the road because you hit me and bring a cop and get involved. I mean, that's part of the game here, you know?
Yeah, I like it. Actually, we should add that to I-4 too.
No, I have to take that road to get home. I don't want nobody. I don't want to deal with that. I just want to go home.
Yeah, I'd add it to I-4 because Barbara was saying it right the other time on our first podcast. She's like, sometimes I'm going to bump somebody. She goes, I know how to do it too.
Right. She knows how to do the bump and run, no doubt about it. She's got someone going slow in front of her. Hey, I'm here. She'll let them know she's there.
Yeah, man. I'm going to promote for people, everybody out. It's Christmas in August, as Rusty wanted us to call us, right? We pushed last week's promotion forward, so it's $10 entry, $1 land shark drafts, $1 hot dogs while supplies last. They want to make sure I said as well.
Yes.
Autographs.
Once you guys drink all the land shark, it's back to normal price. So come early.
I took a keg up here already. So.
Good man.
Yeah,
good man.
Forward thinking.
We're going to have some fun up here tonight.
It's going to be fun. Plus, I'm going to help you and Wes on the mic a little bit, or at least be the color guy acting wild in the
stands. Yes, sir. We're going to try a three-man approach tonight, and Adam's going to... He'll probably steal the wireless and run through the stands. You said you got a bunch of stuff to give away?
Tons of stuff. We got banners, posters, stickers. I got bubbles for the kids, man. I'm giving out bubble pack. I mean, everything I could find and dig out from a cupboard or a corner from this place that I wouldn't be fired giving away, I'm giving away.
Heck yeah. So, I mean, we're gonna keep focused on the show and keeping it moving. But in between, when we have some downtime, we're gonna play some probably play the Chicken Dance, maybe the YMCA, some other songs. We'll if we get suggestions, we'll play some suggestions, and just we're gonna have fun. We don't want this to be you're coming out here, you're not having a good time. This is where we want you to come here, stress free, enjoy the racing, and just have a little bit of fun with us. Watch us be wild and crazy. Throw caution to the wind and don't care about how we look. Just go out and entertain you guys.
And play some of your new album that's coming out?
Not yet. I'm still working on it.
Hints, everybody.
That might be a bit much for some people, but we'll see.
That's why we call him the Metal Man, because he may seem all docile and quiet and analytical announcing these races, but Ryan the Metal Man Stevens is quite the metal music maker.
Well,
You like that front street?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. That makes me sound pretty cool. But no, I mean, in my spare time, I like to sit down in my studio and write some songs. And I've been a fan of the. I'm a drummer, so I like the fast stuff, the really loud, fast stuff. So that got me into metal and
racing fits perfect then.
Right.
You like fast, hard pieces of metal.
I got here and I was building my playlist, and I'm like, I need some help with country music because I'm not really nothing wrong with it, not my cup of tea. So I was like, I need some suggestions. So any country songs that play here, don't give me credit for that.
That's me.
If you hear any of the heavier stuff and you don't like it, you just let me know. You can blame me for that. But
yeah, don't say anything. Just
just deal with it.
Widen your gaze, right? Broaden your horizons.
That's right.
That's what we're trying to do.
I try to with the music that plays here every week. I try to include everybody. I got some country. I got some hard rock, some old school heavy metal. I got pop music in there. I think I got Bruno Mars in there. I
don't know who that is.
Good. So yeah, I mean, I try to include everybody. Bruno Saturn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few people asking questions. Gates open at 6 o'clock. Races start at 7:30 tonight. So the Protruck feature is the 50 lapper, right? That's the feature tonight.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's the main event. Everybody's got a feature.
Who else is here tonight?
We have the Bombers, of course, are going to be here. Super Stocks are here. American Auto Sportsmen are here.
Right.
The Mighty Modifieds are here, and plus, of course, the Pro Trucks. And first thing we do tonight at 7:30, we qualify those Pro Trucks. So if you don't make it right here at 7:30, if you're a little ways out and you're like, okay, I'm going to go, don't be too afraid. We probably won't get the first race on the track till about 7:45-ish. So you got a few extra minutes if you're just now hopping in your car because you've heard this awesome show today and you have decided that New Smyrna is the place to be because, I mean, you're right.
Yeah, it's going to be great. There's not rain around here, knock on wood. Everything is gorgeous around here. It's going to be pretty. Also, as you're coming into the gate tonight, you're going to run into the producer of this podcast and also one of the journalists out here doing a lot of things. She's doing a story called Couples in Racing. My other half, Patricia May, you'll see her at the front gate. And if you would, let her know where you heard about us, what radio station you listen to, that kind of thing. Asking some questions. We're trying to do some deeper research to find, where the fans are coming from.
Absolutely. And try to find some more avenues to get more people here, because honestly, this is the place to be. Like I said, I started as a fan, and 2015, I was like, you know what? I need to get back out to the short tracks. I had been sitting on my butt, doing nothing, just going through life, and I'm like, I got to get back out there. NASCAR racing was getting boring, and, I still watch it on Sundays from time to time, but I was sitting there, I'm like, man, racing used to be a lot more fun. I need to go back out to the short tracks. And I came out here for, I think it was the Red Eye 100 in 2015.
That's coming up, by the way, the Red Eye,
next
January 6th. Yeah.
First weekend in January. And I came out here for that. I'm kidding you not. The first race I came out was a super stock race. I was hooked. Right then and there. That race was spectacular. Then the late models were great as well. The whole night was fun, and I'm like, man, this place is awesome. And I started coming out when I was able to. I had some other things going on, and wasn't able to make it every week. But 2015 is when I really started following, and the more I came here, the more I was like, I really want to get involved here. And I've told the story before.
And here you are.
And here I am now. Not only announcing the races, but doing this podcast with you and getting to know everybody down here. It's fantastic. So, and that's what it's all about. It's more than just watching cars go in circles.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Even myself coming into it, thinking it's just, turn left, go fast, turn left, go fast. As someone commented here, it's much more than that, especially when you get to know the drivers, their stories,
Absolutely.
where they come from. You start rooting for them. It really changes a lot, And the last little promotion again, I know somebody else was asking again that races start at 7:30. Gates open at 6. $10 entry tonight. It's been nice. The Hart family's giving everybody some love. So $10 entry. Pro Trucks are racing tonight. $1 Landshark drafts. $1 hot dogs until it runs out. And after that, and the autograph session with the Pro Trucks.
Pro Truck autograph session. And I know you fans, unless you travel around, you probably don't know a lot of these guys, and you might not know who to root for. So this will be your chance to come on down, meet these guys. And, Jason Lester was up here earlier. He's passing us right now, as a matter of fact. He's got Scooby-Doo on the car. So I have a feeling a lot of the kids are going to migrate over and see Jason and probably root for him tonight.
That's cool. And before I let you take us out of here, Ryan, as you always do, just remind everybody on October 20th, the Heart to Heart 100 is coming up. That's
fantastic race.
Yeah,
yep.
Racing for the Cure, as we like to say, is the Heart to Heart Foundation, the breast cancer awareness.
And that'll be in memory of Kim Brown this year. So that'll be a nice little honor for her, since she served her time here with us for many, many years as general manager.
12 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
12 years. That'll be for her. And then after that, as always, is the Governor's Cup, November 9th through 11th. That's going to be huge. We got
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, big sponsor, Universal Technical Institute of Motorcycle and Marine have sponsored the Governor's Cup. And a big shout out also to all the new sponsors that have come on. Spring Hill Marriott right there in New Smyrna Beach. If you're looking for a great place to stay, it's a brand new hotel. It's right on the beach. Spring Hill Marriott's is there for you. They'll take care of you. Tell them you're here for the races, to watch the races, or you're in the races. Amy Childs down there, shout out to you. We'll take care of you. As well as Bruce Russmeyer, Harley Davidson, New Smyrna Beach here in Daytona. They've come on. So a lot of new banners going up, a lot of new support coming from around the area too.
And,
so
we couldn't do this every week without them. So big thank you to all those guys for coming in. Big thanks to our current sponsors as well. And thanks to you for everything you've been doing here behind the scenes to make this place even bigger and better.
No, I'm doing my best, man. But again, it's a family here. It's a team effort that we make it happen. From Rusty to Holly to the track people that are working on it, all the officials that are out here, from waving the flag to Dave down there in security. We've added new security and Vaughn, who will be around here as well.
So don't act up tonight. Don't let those dollar beers go to your head now.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. But brother, take us out of here, man.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been watching practice over your shoulder here. The track looks hot, slick, and fast. It's going to be one heck of a show here tonight, so make sure you come on out and watch the races with us. But this is Adam Lowry here, and my name is Ryan Stevens.
Adam Noseum.
Adam Noseum Lowry, sorry. And then my name is Ryan Stevens.
Ryan Metalman Stevens.
There it is. And we've had a good time talking to the truck guys, getting to know them, and talking to you as well. And we hope to see you all here tonight. And, hey, we've enjoyed talking racing with you, and we'll talk to you all next week. And come on out to the races.